So presenting online. So we're talking here about presenting the video effectively, which I'm doing right now for those of you watching the live stream. But what I'm going here now is going to raise the bar, raising the bar. Now raising the bar, of course, is a high jump Olympic thing, isn't it? Where people are really good at it, so you raise the bar so they get to jump over higher and higher bars. And the fact is, people are good at this now. If you attend any meetings or any live streams online now, people have been doing this for 4 months or so. People are getting good at it. They know the basics, which is fine. Like, look at the lens, So I've got, what have I got for you? 7 little techniques, little tips here for you that will raise the bar. The first one for you, and I'll put the idea up on is too close or too far. Is the one too close or too far? Ooh, bit of a squeaky pen, that one, isn't it? Now, this is the argument about how close do you get to the camera. Now, right now I'm on camera. You can see me quite clearly. You can see my shoulders and my head. I'm occupying the vast majority of the screen. Now, if I was too close, and I'm getting closer now to the camera, as you can see me now, I'm probably getting a bit too close now, and that's a bit scary, isn't it? So what's the ideal then? Well, I could go further away and go down a bit here, which I'm just falling below the screen, and that's not right at all. I probably just got it about right if I'm presenting, which I am now. Probably about there if I was sitting down doing a sort of a talking presentation. That's a good position where my head dominates most of the screen. You can still see my shoulders. You want to be just the right distance from the lens, really, and that creates presence. If you're too far away, it shows that you're not present with the audience. If you're too close, it's too in your face. So it's just the right amount of space in between, isn't it? Which is true. The other one is backgrounds, which you've probably heard of before. And the title on this one is distracting backgrounds. Make sure that you don't have backgrounds or a background that's distracting. That's the key. Now, I've got a plain whiteboard behind me here, which is not very distracting whatsoever. Okay, if you're watching the live stream, I've got my name and a website at the bottom, which is a little bit of a distraction, but that's just because, it's marketing. If I've got like a front room or a study, I might have some flowers behind me, or a bookshelf. A lot of people still have bookshelves with hundreds, thousands of books. It's far too distracting. People will get bored of you presenting after a while and will start to look behind you, particularly if you've got moving images behind you as well. A lot of people go for virtual background. Of course, virtual background, you do need one of these things called the green screen. Now, I've just put a green screen up for those of you who can't see that. Now, with a green screen, of course, I can now do some virtual backgrounds, slides, whatever it is. And that's pretty okay if I want to do that, but I don't want to do that today. I want to use the whiteboard. So don't make your background distracting is the key thing, really, on that particular tip. Here's another one for you. And this one comes from a 1980s band called Adam and the Ants. Do you remember that one? Anybody probably do. Stand and deliver. Your money or your life, said Adam Ant, and all the girls swooned because they thought he was lovely and handsome, all those good things. Stand, deliver. And when you're presenting, I'm talking about here, not facilitating a group discussion like that. When you're presenting, it's always good to stand. You need to test the water. Obviously, I'm standing now, and I can move around to a certain degree because I can. So standing and delivering your presentation is a really cool way of working things. So make yourself available to do that. Keep the eye lens, of course. I can see the camera there, and it's fairly level with my eyes. So make sure that you've got that ability, and that helps to present information, stand and deliver as well. More of you, less of slides, really, is the next tip for you. So more of you, here we are, more you, less slides. Now, I'm not using any slides today. I don't on these live streams. I can, of course, I'm quite capable of using slides, but you've got me, which is probably a bit over the top, really. So if you're going to use a slide-based presentation, try and revert back to you rather than just leave the slides up on the screen. That's really the message. Now, you can get some really good software, cheap, free software, which allows you to combine the two. Yes, your software, Zoom or Teams or whatever, might have images of people along the left-hand side whilst the slides are being presented, but that's all a bit mucky, isn't it? What you can do, I use Logitech's own software called Capture. And what you do there is you feed your video into Capture, and you feed your slides, and you can combine the two in one video feed. So, for example, on the screen, if I draw a picture here for you of how it might look, here's my computer screen with a Logitech camera, or Capture I should say, on the system. I might say to Logitech camera, look, I want you to have my video screen in the bottom left hand side there, and the rest of it being the slides. So my video image is in the bottom and the slides are on the top. Basically the screen is divided into the two. And I then feed that into my favourite software. So I might use Zoom, and rather than telling Zoom to pick up my camera feed, it picks up the Capture feed, which combines the two, so I can change my slides real time. That way you get to see me maybe in half the screen and the slides in the other half, and I control what you see. And that's a really cool way of presenting, more of you, less of slides. 3 things for you to finish off with. What you wear is important, of course it is. I've just got a shirt on today. I tend to dress casual. I will not put a suit and tie on. I'm at home like everybody else. Okay, I have a purpose-built basement down here, which is where my work operates from, and always will do. But I'm not going to put a suit and tie on. It's just wrong on all levels. I've seen some people who are blatantly at home on a Friday afternoon, they put their tie on and their suit and they're presenting. Why on earth are you doing that? Nobody else is wearing a suit and tie. It's just ridiculous. So, casual is definitely the way forward, really, when it comes to it. The other thing you can think of, if I sort of complete that for you, put casual in there. Casual dress is fine. Not too casual, of course, but that's entirely up to you. Another one for you is Prezi. If you haven't looked at it, have a look at Prezi Video. Very good, very clever, smart bit of software. That costs you a few bob a month. But rather than using PowerPoint, you use Prezi, which is more movement type slides. Where you zoom in and zoom out. It's a really cool thing. But what you can do with Prezi Video is you can combine you and the slides, even better than Logitech camera, so that the visuals are in front of you, and you can see different movement going on, and you're there talking, or you can have the actual visuals behind you. You can do all sorts of things with it. Really clever stuff. But the final one for you, and I love this one to bits, I'll do this in red, is called Crisp. Krisp. Crisp, as in crispy, I suppose. Now, I'm in a purpose-built basement. It's warm today, so I've got the window open, which opens up to the road. And luckily, I haven't got any builders going on. If you listen out the road, sometimes you can hear builders, noise, shouting. You might hear a dog barking if you're in a front room somewhere. If you're in a study upstairs, you might hear, this time, seagulls making a lot of noise, babies crying. There's all sorts of noise. And what Crisp does, actually really cleverly, is you put your, it's a website which you sign up for, and you put your microphone through the website. So today, for example, I've got this microphone here for the HD camera, but for the live stream, I've got up here, I've got a Yeti, Bluetooth, Blue Yeti microphone, but it's feeding straight into the live stream software. But what I do is I feed my camera through the Crisp website, and what that does is it eliminates all the background noise. So, in your Zoom software, you pick up the feed from the website, which is you talking, and every other piece of noise is eliminated using artificial intelligence. How cool is that? So if you do live in an area where there's lots of noise, and kids are off school now, there is noise, windows open, you can't help it. My partner's upstairs, she works from home, and she's in the one of the spare bedrooms we've converted into study, and there's a children's play party going on 3 doors along, and there's kids making lots of noise, and it's winding her up terribly on her Zoom calls. So if she uses this Crisp technology, she can eliminate that. So that's a lovely little tip there for you. So I think that's raising the bar, don't you? That's really the whole thing about it. I hope that's good use.